hey, Mando. I have my helmet on like you want me to. Well, Bo, I want you to have the helmet off. This is the new way.
Johnny, what are you doing?
Oh,
did you not know that I think you may have butt dialed me, man.
Oh,
what was
I wasn't
that?
reacting how I wanted the Mandalorian to end
Oh, I see. Yeah.
at all. How much of it did you see?
I saw all of it. I didn't
Did
know
you see
that
the part?
I didn't know the
Did you see the
Beskar came
part
off on
where?
those little dolls.
Did you see the part where Mando had his helmet off?
Yes. Actually, I saw the part. I missed that part, but I saw the part where he only had the helmet on.
Oh, okay, he's still pure in your eyes. Good. I know. Knights always wondered why I have such a good collection of figurines. It's to reenact how the show should have ended. Bum bum.
I just want to let the Knights know that Johnny was almost in tears as he was opening the packaging on those toys.
It was hard. I don't open boxes a lot, even though these are just like a $5 box at Walmart. Still hurts, man. It hurts.
Yeah, it's so true. So what are we talking about then, Johnny, if it's not blatantly obvious?
You're the best, Uncle, I see. I'm wearing my shirt that my sister got me about Yoda. We're talking about Mandalorian.
Mando. And then we're also going to talk about the current state of Star Wars, right? We're going to break this podcast into...
Because what is going on as you're listening, Knights? What hallowed day is it, Jay?
It is May the 4th.
May the 4th be with you, Jay.
And also with you.
You did it right. Yay.
Johnny, I was just thinking, and they just had a bunch of big Star Wars announcements. So we've got the end of Mando, which we're going to review. We're going to talk about how it's May the 4th and be talking about what we're going to do for our May the 4th celebrations. And then we're going to talk about the upcoming Star Wars projects. Does that sound like a great podcast?
So nerdy. I think it's the nerdiest we get is on this Hallowed Week.
Classic DLN.
Classic.
All
right. Well, Jay, people have told us that you and I have been extra critical and angry and grumpy. Did that change?
Nah.
Not even close.
Not even a little bit. Not even at all.
I wanted to see highlights of good. And we're doing the whole show night. So if you haven't seen it yet, hit pause and then listen to us how you see it. Because it's going to be spoiler heavy. Right, Jay?
Way spoiler heavy.
Spoiler heavy. Yeah, all in all, I mean, this is the third season. Rating wise, 6.5. There, I said it. Maybe a 7 because I tried to lie to myself.
Let's go 7. I like that 7 because it wasn't 7. That bad. 6.5 is pretty piss poor. Like I would rewatch the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd rewatch it
if I had a kid that I was watching it with or something. I wouldn't watch it myself probably, but and there are episodes I would definitely rewatch from it.
I was gonna say there's some key episodes. Totally delete that non-episode about the guy from the Empire who was trying to get brainwashed into being the Alliance and it backfired.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I won't watch that episode again. It's like, all right, kids, you can watch this. I'm going to go bake a cake in the other room.
Or don't watch it. Here's the thing. She's a spy. Move on.
Yeah, that's literally all you need to know. Dude, I was going to tell you something. Oh, flipping lists. I can't remember what it was. It was something about all this. Oh well. It'll come back.
Good. I did hear.
I remember. Sorry. Okay. I was just going to say you got to be careful handing out low scores after you got called out online. Remember that?
Did we get trolled?
Dude, we got trolled by 2 people.
I love getting trolled. Keep trolling us.
I miss Kitty Purr though. That's the only downside for me is like I miss our perfect little friend.
Our OG troll.
Yeah, I really miss that account. So
it's like on Parks and Rec when the guy's like, "Who replies spam email?" That's who we are. We'll reply spam trolls. I don't care.
Dude, I was laughing so hard at a couple of people commented on our last on our Blue Beetle review and our trailer reaction. And we were dying. It was so funny.
It was spot on, too. Like, please don't agree with us.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was exactly what we wanted. It was awesome.
Yeah, don't agree with us. I'm waiting. When has a critic got anything right before, right? If you love it, I literally have a good client who loved the Ant-Man. I'm like, good, love the Ant-Man movie, Quantum Leap. Don't have a... I was going to be really rude and be like, don't have good taste in movies, but love it. Who cares?
Yeah, dude... So Johnny put a score of 2 out of 10 on what he expected it to be, and someone commented, was like, "What a hater!"
straight up Beatle hater, boys. That's what I'm gonna be.
Yeah, you're like those people who protested the Beatles back in the day.
Oh, get what? Play good music. None of this pop crap, Beatles, and your rock and roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Okay, dude. So let's do a GBN on Mandalorian, the final season, or I mean
the whole season 3
recap. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
What do you think
that
of Jack
show?
Black?
You have a good?
I was just gonna say, what did you think of Jack Black, the cameo?
I actually liked the cameo. Some people were annoyed by it. I thought it was funny.
Did we talk about that one already?
Yeah, that was the mid season.
I thought so, and that's kind of where we left off. And we left off when she reclaims the Darksaber.
Yeah.
So now
which is so much bad on that alone. But
I know.
The good was I did like how they tried to hone it in a little bit, not make it the whole world. They brought it back to just the Mandalorian planet, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was good. They kept it where they're trying to bring the society back together. Like, hey, let's not. They're not bounty hunters. They're trying to get their people back. I thought that was good.
Yeah, I think what good for me is Moff Gideon trying to do some cloning nonsense. I think that's awesome. It's total Star Wars, you know.
To himself, egotistical little.
Yeah, and they didn't have a mustache, which I thought was interesting.
For him?
The clones didn't have mustaches.
Oh. Well, it takes time to grow facial hair, Jay.
I guess.
We have many friends who don't have our gift of growing a beard.
That's true. So that would be my good. What other goods do you have? Because I really want to jam into nerdy is the thing.
No, I want to jam into bad.
Okay, do you want to... I think we're good on... I mean, I'm trying to think if there's any other goods. Having Beskar Stormtroopers, that was cool.
What was?
Beskar Stormtroopers.
Yeah, those were cool. I did like those. They did look different, but in a good way, because they were trying to... like bounty hunter looking, right, with the jetpacks, and yeah, they look cool.
Yeah. All right, Johnny, give me your last good before we complain.
Oh, I thought I was getting ready to complain. I did like the cameos, the little short cameos. I'll say that was a good for me.
Okay, cool. Let's get into some bad.
All right, you're the one who's seen the Clone Wars out of us, right?
Correct.
The cartoon. So you know how important that black saber was, right?
Yeah.
And literally, it meant nothing.
I know.
Wasn't it like a 5-year arc or something for this whole thing?
I know, and then it gets smushed, and Bo-Katan's like, oh, I'll just lead, I guess, now. Like, who cares what came before?
Like, she got it for nothing. Like, if you think about it, you get it. All right, cool, I got it. And then fast forward. Moff Gideon, who wanted that like nothing else, just steps and breaks it. That was unbreakable. Like, what?
I know.
That was super bad for me. I was... The rush resolve was really bad for me.
Maybe they'll rebuild it, kind of how they... Because Disney always does that, right? The fake out, break the lightsaber, and then rebuild it. So maybe they'll rebuild it. Because they want to still be able to sell it. Maybe it'll be Bo-Katan's lightsaber after that.
Maybe she'll put a little twist into it.
Yeah, exactly.
A little owl on the bottom.
Maybe it'll be curved like Dooku's banana lightsaber.
I actually do like that one.
Yeah, I know, it's pretty cool. It's I've heard that he is like trained in swords, and so they put it like kind of like a saber for him, and that's why it's got the curve on it. There's a lot of things you hear about Star Wars where you're like, that could be a lie.
That's pretty dang nerdy of you to say that.
Yeah, that could be a lie, but that's what I've heard.
We hear a lot of things. I heard, Favreau hated the season and walked out. Like, I heard so many weird stuff.
Yeah, he and Kathleen Kennedy were going at it. That was the rumor.
Yeah, which could be just to draw attention or could be true. But now there's no writers. Yay, no writers. Good luck, everybody.
Yikes. I'm trying to think of bad for me. Bad for me would probably be... I didn't like the way Moff Gideon went out. Like, we brought him back just to quickly kill him. That's kind of silly. I'll just quickly destroy his clones, and then we'll just blow him up in a fireball, and that's that. It's like, man, he should have been like he's kind of introduced as the antagonist, like... halfway through the season. It should have been right at the start.
A big baddie that didn't last more than 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's back to the quick resolve. I feel like they were doing too many side quests, and all of a sudden the timer was going to run out. Like, oh crap, Planet's back. You killed him. All right.
Slow down, hurry up. Slow down, hurry up, kind of thing.
Yeah.
It felt like they were slowing down for the boring parts and then like speeding through the good parts.
Because isn't that what we predicted? We just wanted an awesome battle scene at the end.
Yeah, and I'll say one of the coolest battle scenes of all the Mandalorians is when like the Imperial Guard, the dudes in the red, when they fight the one big guy, the one big Mando dude. You know what I'm talking
With
about?
the machine gun?
Yeah. That was a cool fight.
I was sad he was the one who died because I thought the helmet off guy, Bo-Katan's number 2, I thought he was the one that's gonna die because he was the most like anti everything.
Yeah. Raxes.
I get the concept of killing a character to show they're not immortal, but that one I was like, could have picked somebody else.
It's kind of sad. His little son was there, and you're
right?
like, okay.
I guess he really needs to be adopted now as a youngling.
It kind of felt like, why doesn't he escape with everyone too? Like, you don't need to do this. I must do this.
Die with honor.
It's so heartbreaking. The plane is going down. That's Captain America.
No. I know.
Why are you
the minute he
crashing
got
the
on the
plane?
plane,
Like, you don't need to.
The plane. The minute he gets on the ship to like divert it, I'm like, yeah, he can pop out. At least they did that smart. They didn't just let him crash with the spacecraft, the battle cruiser.
I do like how he was like, oh, all my friends are fighting this battle. I'm just going to crash a Star Destroyer on it. Like, okay.
He did give them, 3 minutes of warning to get out, right?
I guess. I didn't think that the Star Destroyer would go down that easy either. I guess they didn't have any crew to, like, shoot back at the TIE Fighters, because the TIE Fighters, like, pwned it. You know what I mean? Like,
TIE Fighters are very inconsistent, I feel like. Sometimes they TKO, and other times it's pew, pew. Aw.
Yeah, that's so true. That's a good way of putting it. There are times where, like, the TIE Fighter is, like, the greatest ship in the galaxy, and other times where it's just absolute garbage.
It's all in the pilot, I feel like. But that was a bad for me. Kind of how there's just a lot of bad. Unresolved. I guess to put it in a hole, just on the unresolved quickness was a bad. They're not gonna get the season 2 finale of Luke coming in and just rocking the world and popping out.
Right.
But I wanted a little bit more. They did give us a better ending, which I know you want to talk all about in a few minutes here.
Yeah, in the nerdy.
But I do, and that was bad too. The whole, I guess they left you wanting more with Bo-Katan and what they're going to be doing with the head blacksmith. I always forget her name, the one in the gold.
Yeah, I can't remember her name either. I know you're talking about the armorer.
This is what happens when our producer's in the gala and he leaves us alone because he's in the Met Gala.
The armorer is what some people call her.
Yeah, yeah, right. That makes sense. Kind of her resolution with Bo-Katan. I just had a lot of emptiness out of it.
Yeah. I would agree. And it just kind of, yeah. I mean, I don't really know what's going to happen on Mandalore. Are they done with it? Are they not? Like, what's the plan?
Yeah, how vulnerable are they, right? Because the Empire's not gone.
Right. And couldn't some people come in and, like, you guys destroyed all the evidence? Like,
yeah, blame you for it, right? Like, it's not...
Of, like, because the remnants of the Empire are clearly really strong, which that would be... All right, just jumping into nerdy. We can come back to bad, but... into nerdy, I do love that, like, they've embraced the sequels. As much as I don't love the sequels, it's kind of fun that they've embraced them. And they mention, like, Project Necromancer, which is clearly bringing the Emperor back. It's like, that's cool. That's a good way of doing it. They are doing all this cloning stuff with blood and Force-sensitive blood and all these things, and it's like, that's cool. That ties in really well with the First Order. They talk about, like, a bunch of hidden assets and, like, stuff they're stealing and all these things, and it's like, that's cool, because I always had the question, like, how is the First Order stronger than the Empire? And it's like, clearly this is it, you know. It's like they've kept all these assets back, and the New Republic is struggling so much. It's like they're doing a pretty good job. Like, it's nice. I feel like, as someone who will someday have kids, you know, like, I was always nervous about showing them the sequels, because it's like, how do you transition that, you know? But if you can show them Mandalorian in between, I feel like
it's a good bridge.
Yeah, I feel like suddenly bridges are being made. You know what I mean? Which is really cool.
Done like 8 years later too. Like, it was a good timeline that you're still fresh in the movie.
Totally.
No, it's a great bridge. I like that. No, dude, we'll stick to nerdy. I really liked to be a nerd, right? I almost said the TIE Fighter. What's the name of the Starfleet? Oh goodness, my brain today. The Rebellion.
Destroyer? An X-Wing?
Yeah, the X-Wing guy, yeah. I liked how it made sense how you can relate to someone who's been in the army, because that's what it is, right? Fighting a resistance, doesn't trust that it's all the way gone. And I thought that was really nerdy. They humanized someone, right? About why would they think that they just won and the Empire's dead, right? They're not going to believe everything.
And it would be cool if he was the first, like, resistance fighter, you know? Because you wonder, like, why does the resistance exist? It's basically just the rebellion. And it's like, this would be a cool transition if, you know, the resistance exists because they're a group that needs to combat the remnants of the Empire that the New Republic refuses to do.
Yeah, to your point. It would have been great. Or he trained some of them, right? You know, that'd be cool.
Like he trains Poe Dameron to be a pilot would be really cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And he kind of goes a little rogue. So that'd be cool. So I like that. I like that they open the world a little bit to make sense.
Yeah, they definitely are fleshing out because that's been a huge complaint I've heard. Like, how did we get from A to B? And so they're finally fleshing out A and a half. You know,
as much as they can.
The lowercase a.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Give me another nerdy.
I really liked the city that got rebuilt out of nowhere. The one with I always want to say Lando.
With Carl Weathers.
Yeah, Weathers. His how he rebuilt the town, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. I liked seeing the out west town that it's its own little thing, right? You're not one or the other. We're just surviving.
Yeah. I liked, kind of on that same note. Can we just talk about the ending? Like it's
I didn't want to take it away from you because you're the cinematographer in the group.
Dude, I just love that ending when Grogu's playing in the pond and he's just chilling out on his land. Like that was just, we talked about it. We're like, we need a poster of that shot or like a recreation or something.
If they have that at the next con we go to, I'm pretty sure you and me are going home with some nice portraits.
Totally. I want to see. I want to see. You know the lady we bought all those fancy Studio Ghibli photos from. You remember that?
Yeah.
I'd like to have her do Mando and Grogu there, have a recreation. It was so peaceful. Like I just wanted to be there with them. That was out of all 3 season endings. I think that final shot was my favorite so far.
It's a cool shot. I mean, maybe our boy Lambert can do it too. The one that I bought the Moon Knight stuff from.
Oh yes.
But that one is, it's that we know a lot of cool artists. It was just I was trying to do that in our opening montage of Bo-Katan and Mando trying to get together, and he's like, "Nah, I'm just gonna live out in a deserted area with Grogu and just leave her."
I know. So
wait, that was the show.
I was just reading that they're doing a Mando season 4 and a Mandalorian movie.
Okay, so they are doing a 4.
Yeah. I
know they're doing a movie to end it.
So they're gonna have a season 4 and then a Mandalorian movie that's supposed to tie in Ahsoka. It's supposed to tie in, or it's supposed to tie in Knights of the Old Republic. It's saying it's gonna tie in like 3 different shows. So that's
the Bad Batch. No, the Bad Batch is too new.
Yeah.
Pre all this.
Right. It would be. I think
so is Andor. Andor is
so is Andor.
It's before the It's during the It's during Vader.
Like, Andor and Bad Batch would tie in better than this. So I don't remember which I can look it up. But yeah,
But that would make sense.
Yeah. Kind of cool though, right?
I would be all about a good tie-in.
Do you want to?
And who am I to say no to more Bo-Katan?
Do you want to transition that into let's just talk about the upcoming projects?
Dum dum. Yeah, so final rating, you gave it a 7.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 7. Nights, we recommend watching it. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's a good, it's a great show. Totally worth it. And there's Grogu's still a little adorable baby, so you can never say no to that. All right, so now we're transitioning to what should we call it? What does Marvel call it? Stage 4? Are we doing Star Wars Stage 12? What is it?
Stage Force.
That
was dumb.
Nah.
I don't.
New Era? I don't even know what they're calling it.
We'll call it New Era. That sounds good.
Yeah, I don't even know if you even Google it, they'll just give you some new era stuff. But yeah, a lot of exciting news dropped, a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, just recently, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, super new. And it was not only just about the video game that dropped.
Right, not Knights of the Old Republic. Oh my goodness. Fallen Survivor. Jedi Order.
Yeah. I know it's something Survivor. Yeah.
Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor. Holy cow.
It's art, man.
Yeah. So upcoming stuff. Are you cool if I just rattle them off in order?
Please do.
We can tell me when you want to stop, because some of these I don't really want to talk about.
Let's do a full list and then see what you're excited for.
Okay. Some of these I don't want to talk about at all, like Star Wars Visions Volume 2. I didn't even watch the first series.
Dude, that was so... I'm just kidding. I didn't watch it.
Oh, I hate you. Young Jedi Adventures. That's just like a little kid show.
So we'll watch it.
Ahsoka Season 1. Really excited about that one. That one drops in August. There's a new project called Skeleton Crew that I actually thought looked pretty interesting. It drops sometime this year.
Live action or cartoon?
Live action. And then August 2024, Andor Season 2, which I thought was funny that they were making a Season 2.
Yeah, that one threw me off.
Yeah, there's the upcoming movies. There's an untitled James Mangold project, untitled Dave Filoni project, untitled Shreem Obey Chinoy project.
What happened to Watiki?
He still has his in the works too, and then Rian Johnson still has his trilogy in the works, but it's going to be put on hold for a minute.
Because it's Rian Johnson?
Yeah, they put it on hold because he's... Yeah. Just The Last Jedi really kind of shot himself in the foot. They're doing Knights of the Old Republic, so that's kind of cool.
That's the prequel, right? The 1,000 years before. Is that one?
Yeah, thousands of years before, exactly.
Yeah, I'm actually stoked for that one. That's gonna be kind of cool.
Yeah, there's done the Taika Waititi project, which I'm nervous about because I really didn't like Love and Thunder, so now I'm really nervous about a Star Wars film.
But he did direct some good Mando ones, season 2.
I guess. Who's Sean Levy?
I don't know. It sounds like David from Schitt's Creek. That's not his name's not Sean.
Yeah. Okay, it's not him.
Eugene's his dad.
He did Deadpool 3, Night at the Museum, Free Guy, The Atom Project. Okay, so he's real steel. I like that director.
Deadpool 3's not out yet, right?
No. But he's got one of the films coming in that's been untitled. New Bad Batch, Mandalorian Season 4, something called This Droid Story. Lando, this one I'm actually really excited about. Okay, and that takes us through all of it. So which one do you want to talk about first?
I really liked, let's go prequel. The 1,000 Year one sounded kind of cool, the Old Republic.
Yes.
Because it has nothing to do with anything, so there's no preconception, there's no...
I love that.
Yeah, no, there's no bar. I don't need to learn about a Skywalker or anybody.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be complete, like, it's supposed to be like Jedi Origins. Everyone's kind of a little bit tired of the Skywalkers, I think. Ever since Rey took the last name, everyone's like, okay, well, I think we're okay. So I'm totally with you. It's completely unconnected to anything else, which so refreshing.
Prequels can be good. I mean, look at House of Dragons, right? Prequels can be good. Good.
Yeah, but even then, it's like, I don't know.
You know the names.
You don't need to worry about fan
Names.
service. You can just worry about a good story.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really excited for that. So there's another one called Dawn of the Jedi. This is a James Mangold one. And it's supposed to be like, what is the Force? The movie is going to be set 25,000 years in the past before any versions of the Republic exist. Wow. And
so that one's even before the Order.
Yeah, like 25,000 before any sort of Republic. Because Knights of the Old Republic is like 2,000 years before Skywalker's.
Dang, dude, that's like... So if we're in a galaxy far, far away a long time ago, imagine 25... We were just a rock, man. Earth was just a rock on that one.
That's right. What do you think of Rey's upcoming film? It's called New Jedi Order. So it's going to be all about Daisy Ridley as Rey.
I don't mind it. If we have, is it going to be like a full trilogy movie? Do we know anything about it? Is it a one shot?
It sounds like it's just a one shot.
I don't mind that because it's not like you wanted more, but if you separate enough time where people liked her character, be good to see where she's at. I wonder if they're going to try to fix a lot of stuff that people hated from Skywalker Rises or Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering. I don't know how you fix some of it. Sometimes you just got to own it.
Yeah, I mean, are they going to make some people's relationships? Are they going to give some characters more time than people complained about? That's what I mean by fixing it. Or is it just Rey with that? Why is her lightsaber yellow? Are they going to sort that out? That's a Guardian one there, Jay.
So where do you even go with, kind of switching gears, where do you even go with Mandalorian Season 4? Like, I don't even know. It feels like it's written into a dead end.
I think he's going back to 1, right? Where he's just a bounty hunter?
I guess, but that seems kind of boring.
But it's more Groku's story, maybe?
Honestly, I have no idea, dude. I was going to have you tell me.
Because it was like, if that was the last shot you see, I would have been okay with it. You know, it's the man and his kid.
Maybe it all revolves around Thrawn.
Oh,
that'd be cool. Admiral Thrawn.
They might save that for the movie, though. Maybe they do it at the end, like the last episode of 4 sets up the movie.
Could be cool if they were fighting the origins of the First Order or something. That would be pretty sweet.
Are they going to get it? If they get kind of owned, that'd be kind of cool, too, because it would make sense.
Yeah. That would
or
be
are they going to
sick.
drop, why am I drawing a blank on who's the antagonist for Skywalker movie?
Palpatine?
No. His Padawan. What am I? Oh my goodness. The Luke's nephew.
Kylo?
Yeah,
but
goodness. I don't know why my brain's so dead.
He did.
Maybe. What?
He did.
Not on the Mando.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But I'm saying, like, if they just lean into, if it ends Mando and it shows how that worked, that'd be the best bridge, right?
Yeah.
Like they meet up with Luke in the new camp, and then sends him through the roof, or Yoda sends him through or Grogu sends him through the roof because he's so talented. I don't know.
Would be super interesting. I'm really curious how the new Ahsoka film will go, because it's going to be before Mandalorian, so I feel like it's going to set up a lot of Mandalorian Season 4. What do you think?
But it's her time. Her time is right after they meet, right? So it's not like what she did during the Clone Wars, right?
It's takes place during the same time as the Mandalorian.
Okay, yeah, right after we see her. Okay, yeah, that would make way more sense, like a cameo of him, kind of like how the Marvel movies would do it, but this is streaming. Yeah,
and I'm curious where they go with Thrawn, because he's supposed to be the heir of the Empire. Honestly, he's the type where he could, I don't know. He could go so many routes.
It's cool to see him finally in live action, though. I'll say this.
I like that they got the same voice actor. That was really cool with Bo-Katan.
Yeah, but she's like a legit actress, though. She's been around since Battlestar Galactica.
So is he, the guy who voices Thrawn. He's a big deal.
What is he? What's his name?
Let me look him up. He's been in a bunch of stuff.
You know, my Clone Wars is non-existent.
He was in The Witcher. He was an actor in that. He's like one of the bad wizards.
I'm for it. Let's see him go.
His name is Lars Mikkelsen. I think he's Mads Mikkelsen's
Lars.
brother. I think so.
I don't know, Lars. I wanted to. There it is. I just saw it on my thing. Wait, yeah. Wes Anderson?
So it is Mads Mikkelsen's brother, which is cool.
Did you hear something about Wes Anderson directing a Star Wars movie?
That's a fan film. That's not true.
Sorry, this is what happens when we don't proofread what I say.
No, it's all good.
Could you imagine, though? That would be the most, cartoony yet...
so goofy.
But yet, I'd watch it. Wes Anderson, but yet in the Star Wars universe? That'd be kind of cool.
I agree. I'm trying to think what other big films Lars has been in just to get you excited. He's been in a lot of foreign films.
I'm excited then.
Okay.
We'll let him go. I'm for it, because then you'll draw a connection for the crowd, right?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Bo-Katan could have been just a good actress and it still would have been done, but since it was the voice, that makes it more meaningful for people.
Way more meaningful.
Especially because she has a helmet on a lot, right? Or they don't, and she looks like the kind of how they made Anakin look like Christian.
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, right. So it helps.
Yeah, it totally does. Okay, give me final thoughts. Let's start rounding this up. What are your final projects?
I'm gonna be a classic Star Wars fan and be happy when it comes out. I'm gonna be grumpy.
Oh.
But I'm glad that only 10% of the new projects has anything to do with the Skywalkers, so I'll take it.
Exactly. And I'm really excited. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm really excited for 2 movies more than anything else. Maybe 3. Ray, I'm mildly optimistic, but But the Origins, Dawn of the Jedi.
Yeah, that's right. Those just sound cool. The Origin ones sound cool. Both of them do.
10 out of 10 excited. And then I'm excited for the Mandalorian movie because Dave Filoni's directing it, and it's going to have a full-time, like a movie budget.
I was going to say, they do amazing on a streaming budget. Imagine them with like 2 years and a big Star Wars backed budget, right? Because they're different.
300 million? Yeah, imagine how much better. Imagine how insane it's going to be.
And it's going to be a very concise story, so none of this like filler crap.
Exactly. So I'm really excited to see how that'll pan out. So those are my
have a
3.
bigger fan base, right?
Yeah, I mean,
like
even
when
go ahead.
When like Endgame finally happened, right? We were just already like, let's go. So this one we're gonna be like, yeah.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, even though the Rise of Skywalker, like, story plot wise is the dumbest thing ever, like, it's still entertaining. You know what I mean? Like, the story still moves quickly and it's visually incredible.
Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I was very tempted when I rewatched it the second time in the theater to yell, "What's your last name?" And I was gonna yell Palpatine to ruin those who haven't seen it, but I value my life. And there were some cool twists in it. As much as we complain about movies, I'll watch anything. I'll watch it.
Yeah, it's true. Johnny, I just
want to I wonder how delayed things are going to be now, though, because of the writer's strike.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you know how long the last one was?
I feel like there's a writer's strike all the time. Like, there's always one.
No. The one they had the one that happened like this in 2009 lasted over just almost 4 months.
This
and
was
it
the one
ruined
with
shows.
With The Office.
Yeah, The Office, Chuck, like some shows had series finales, and they had to cut it short and kind of tie it crappy, which backfired on people. So it'll be interesting to see because, hey, man, you and me can write stuff. Ain't no one want to watch it. We can write stuff.
Hey, now.
Hey, now. Say whatever you want about those writers, but don't talk about our beloved Deadlight nerds. Because I love them. I love them good. One day that'll happen to us, Jay. One day.
I was just going to say, you can say whatever you want about me, but don't you say anything about my writing.
Oh, no. I was keeping it real, Deadlight nerd style.
I was just going to ask you this, Johnny. As we kind of reflect on things that have come and things that have passed and things that are coming, what is your favorite theater Star Wars experience or your favorite Star Wars experience overall? Number one favorite scene?
Rogue One.
Dang it. You're going to pick Vader.
Well, it's the Vader. Can you beat it? Can you beat it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to pick.
Because nothing beat my Endgame Marvel theater experience. Nothing did. I watched all 3 because, we're maybe a couple years apart, but actually going to the movies that we remember well, it's the new trilogy, right? Because I didn't really go to the movies when the Hayden stuff came, and we weren't born yet with the original trilogy.
Right.
But Rogue One, that Vader moment when you're in the crowd, like everyone's heart is just beating, goosebumps are happening. There's no better part.
No, it was such a sick reveal.
Like, cool, yeah, like when you found out Rey was Palpatine's daughter somehow or whatever, or niece or whatever she was. It's like, cool. But
that one hallway scene though is the perfect shot of any Star Wars project, in my opinion. Like
here's how cool it is. You can turn it on right now, have it in the background, like Rogue One. Put Rogue One right now, do in the background. The minute that scene is on, doesn't matter what you're doing, your head will just naturally turn to your TV, mind you.
Yeah.
And you will be sucked in.
Same with I was just gonna say maybe my follow up would be Anakin versus Obi-Wan.
The high ground.
Yeah, the high ground's silly, but just the long, drawn-out lightsaber battle. I know people complain about it; it's too long or all that, but like, dude, it starts off with Anakin jumping, doing a an aerial flip through the air, and leading right into it. Like, there hasn't been a lightsaber battle since that has been as cool, in my opinion. That was peak. And you can say, "Oh, Vader in the hallway," but that's not a lightsaber battle. No,
that was him deflecting and murdering. I will say this because I'm a hair older. I remember what the kids were talking about back then. You would have to, go to the movies on the weekend to watch it when it dropped, and it was the first. can't remember if it was episode 1 or 2, but when Yoda fought with the lightsaber, because we never saw Yoda fight before. That was like that's what everyone was talking about. The pod racing was awesome, but everyone's like, dude, Yoda can throw down.
Yeah.
So I remember that one. I remember that comment was told a lot.
I remember
talked about.
Anakin versus Obi-Wan, like.
I know, but you got to remember this is before that, right? So.
Yeah, that's true.
I just vaguely remember everyone being like, dude, Yoda's a baddie. He's, as the kids say, he's a baddie.
Yeah, he's a baddie. He's
a baddie, man. Don't mess with Yoda. Because we never saw that before. We just saw him in the swamp as like a frog creature talking backwards. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm literally worrying him because of how he talks. But yeah, so Jay, it's our most hallowed holiday. Do you have another?
That was it?
It's our hallowed holiday. How are you and my favorite person, Liza, or wife, spending it? What are you guys doing? What do you do? Do you celebrate May the 4th? I mean, we're adults. We have jobs, sadly. I'm to the gym this whole week to celebrate. I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt the whole week. We're gonna post about it on the gram because we use the gram. But what are you doing special? You watching all of them? Is there only one you can watch? Are you gonna watch it all weekend? What are you doing? Or do you celebrate just May the 6th because you're a Sith Lord?
Dude, Revenge of the Sixth.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll watch one of them for sure. I don't know which one. I know Return of the Jedi is coming up in theaters, so I probably don't want to watch that one at home. So it'll probably be Revenge of the Sith.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Not Rogue One.
No, Rogue One's the last one I watched, and I loved K2SO, but I need a different one. So, it's crazy. I even enjoy the Phantom Menace. I know people like complain and all that nonsense, but dude, I like it. I like pretty much everything but the sequels, and the sequels I'm starting to like because of Mandalorian's tying it out. So, a lot of my questions are getting answered. I try to. It's hard to pay attention to all of them, right? But I try to, as I have to prep for clients, prep for stuff, I'll have it in the background. Right.
Because I don't rewatch it all the time. Like Marvel movies every Sunday sometimes. Like I'll put one in, just background noise while you're doing stuff. But I have to watch New Hope for me because it's just the first one I always remember. So that's my go-to one, and then Rogue One for sure. If I can only pick like a few of them to watch, always have to watch New Hope, and then Empire because it's a better sequel. I try to watch that one, but it's just New Hope just brings me back. It's nostalgia week. It's nothing to do with the better movie. Sometimes it's just what you remember the best.
Yeah,
that's what I say, Knights.
I like that. So we'll both be watching something. Any treats or goodies that are Star Wars related? Maybe a burnt churro and call it Anakin.
Sure. Oh, you're the worst.
Some burnt toast.
I was just going to say, I did find Sour Patch Kids peach only. I've been going a little too hard on that lately, so that's what I'll be celebrating. As we call it, D&D snacks. Horrible things that give you a stomach ache because we're not 25 anymore.
Dude, it's so true. I'll like limit my sugar for a few weeks and then just go ham because I get something and it's like my whole body just like rejects it.
It was horrible. It was a bad idea. I did that too. I'm like, what am I thinking? But I couldn't stop. I was watching all of Ted Lasso and I got into One Piece. I've been exploring new things. Escapism is real for a reason, Knights. But I totally hope you guys watch something. Tell us on the comments what you watched. We want to know. Maybe you only watch what's the second one called? Episode 2?
Attack of the Clones?
Yeah, maybe that's what you watch. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I'm a huge fan of Padme. Watch it. Nothing wrong. If that's the only thing you watch, own it. Jay watches a Green Lantern movie, and I'm there with him every time. I watch it with him.
At least once a year.
At least once a year. The Green Lantern DC comic movie, right? Not the...
Exactly.
You watch John Jones, right?
Exactly. Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart, yeah. John Jones is somebody else.
He's the guy who gave everyone DC. Kool-Aid.
Yeah. But yeah, so Knights, we don't care what you watch. Watch it with friends, watch it alone. One day, me and Jay will be so massive, we'll have a viewing party that day, and we can all watch it together in a theater.
That'll be so sick.
It will be sick.
Yeah,
it'll probably be the Rey movie that comes out, if I think about it.
Yeah, I think so.
Or Mando. I mean, honestly, it'd be Mando, but I'd be fine with either. Yeah,
same. All right, Knights, let us know in the comments what you are going to do for May the 4th, and may the 4th be with you, and we will catch you on the Flippity Flop.
Flippity